That's what it looked like and sounded like in Meriden this morning. It continued to be a cold and rainy day across the state, although some of us saw some sunshine a little later in the day. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden. It'll be another cold night ahead for us, and Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank is here now with the latest on the forecast. Rach, what's on the way?
Yeah, we're looking at sub-freezing temperatures heading into late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Just one, and then we'll see temperatures begin to rebound. But there is a freeze warning in effect for the southern 4 counties of Connecticut. The map is misleading because it makes it look like it's actually colder in New London County than it will be in Tolland and Windham counties. And that's just not the case. The National Weather Service just isn't issuing these types of alerts yet for the northern half of Connecticut because it's so early in the season. But if you did get some early season planting done already and you want to protect those plants from frost or freeze damage, you can bring them inside or cover them with a light blanket. Most of us have not started to plant just yet and don't really until about Mother's Day weekend. We had some showers come through, some small hail as well. You saw that earlier. Temperatures are in the 30s to right around 40 degrees. And here's a look at those overnight lows, 20s. The bus stop tomorrow morning near 30 degrees for the shoreline. So it's a cold start to the day and another cool afternoon, but I do think it will be brighter overall with highs near 50, about 10 degrees below average. We'll talk about when temperatures really rebound coming up, Brent.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Norwalk police have a man in custody after a standoff this morning where they say he threw an airsoft pistol, knives, and a Molotov cocktail at officers. Police responded to Dock Road for a psychiatric call around 9 a.m. and say 20-year-old David Wenger was armed and threatened officers. Crisis negotiators talked him into surrendering just before 1 p.m. No officers were hurt. Wenger is charged with attempted assault on a police officer, reckless endangerment, and threatening. All right, take a look at this new video from Portland where construction equipment caught fire early this morning. Firefighters say the call came in just after 6 a.m. on Portland Cobalt Road. Officials say it started with just one loader on fire and then quickly spread to 3 pieces of equipment. Crews were able to get the fire under control in a short time. The fire marshal's office is now investigating the cause.
This is not progress. This is destruction. And this is really, really bad for Killingly.
2 proposals to bring 3 distribution centers to Killingly has some people in the community fired up. And they made their voices heard outside Town Hall this afternoon. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot talked to them about their concerns.
A protest took place in front of Killingly Town Hall before the Planning and Zoning Committee meeting. People say the proposed 3 distribution centers will negatively impact what they call the quiet corner of the state. Some Killingly taxpayers lined Main Street to oppose proposed distribution centers and warehouses in a residential part of town. Jackie Mazzarella lives on Westcott Road, where Ryan Companies wants to build a warehouse and distribution center that would take up nearly 1.3 million square feet. She says this project is concerning for a number of reasons.
Property value, it's being built on an aquifer, there's vernal pools, there's spotted turtles, an endangered species in Connecticut. I mean, use their brains. I hope they do. I mean, this is ridiculous.
The town is also considering 2 new distribution centers on Putnam Pike. That would total more than 400,000 square feet. People like Claudette worry what the blasting could do if either project is approved. She says when the high school was being built, it felt like an earthquake.
I think whenever you blast into bedrock, there's going to be issues, you know, especially if you're, I don't know how far out of a radius it is that it would affect, but it definitely affected it.
Inside the Planning and Zoning meeting, the opposition continued.
I don't understand how the town will allow the destruction of something it prides itself for, the West Green Valley.
And environmental and health concerns are brought up.
Raise the hands of everybody who has a drinking well on your property in Killingly, right? All right, so for everybody here, the hands that are in the air, we will be seeing you guys every day at Stop and Shop, Big Y, Aldi's, wherever you shop. As you can see, the suits in the front here did not. They will not answer for what will happen in 5 years from now. They will be gone.
Town officials say the next step is to hold a public hearing in May to further discuss the proposals.
I've lived here all my life, 54 years, and I've seen a lot of changes, but this is just too much for the quiet corner.
We did reach out to the Planning and Zoning Committee chairman and vice chairman, and both declined to speak with us. In Killingly, Kate Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
Authorities have seized a laptop as part of the investigation into the death of a 12-year-old girl in Enfield. It comes 1 week after police removed a cell phone and a tablet from the home where she was found. Eve Rogers was found unresponsive in her room last month. Her stepfather is currently charged with sexual assault and risk of injury to a minor, but has not been charged in her death. The Office of Inspector General is investigating after a woman died in the custody of East Haven police. Officers were called Thursday night to the McDonald's on Main Street for 2 women who appeared impaired. Police say one was arrested on an outstanding warrant after giving a false name. On Friday, she was taken to court, reported a medical issue, and was treated at the hospital before returning to custody. And later that night, police say she suffered a medical event in a holding cell and was pronounced dead. A wave of hoax threats is hitting students' inboxes in Putnam, and even though the threats are not real, parents say the fear is. The latest in a long string of threats came this morning in the form of an email in a foreign language about a bomb. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson is in Putnam, where parents say threats like these have been going on for weeks.
Students at Putnam Elementary, Middle, and High School have all been victims of hoax threats to their email. The threats are coming from official student emails, and even though they are fake, they're terrorizing families and staff. This was the email sent to students before school Monday morning. It reads in part, "I broke into the school yesterday and planted 5 explosives throughout the building. They're set to detonate sequentially at 8 o'clock. I've hidden them in the cupboards and in the ceiling." Going on to read, "We have a group of 5 people who are more than willing to carry out our actions throughout the state." Parents of students in the district say these emails are commonplace at schools like Putnam Middle School, where Nikki Jackal's daughter goes to school.
They're meant to cause local terror and panic, just to screw with people. They're not meant to actually be a threat. They're just meant to screw with people, unfortunately, and they're doing a good job.
Another email sent recently seemingly showed a student send a picture of a rifle-style gun with the caption, "Thanks for downloading my cheat. It was a good send-off. See you soon." Another parent we spoke with says checking her child's emails has become routine.
I always check my kids' emails before my feet even hit the floor. Unfortunately, the last couple times I've checked their email over the past month, there's been an issue with the bomb threats and the gun threats. I think in today's day and age, even if they are hoaxes, we're silly to not be fearful of sending our kids to public education.
According to the school, the emails are coming from a student email address, leading district officials and parents to believe someone is hacking into the email system and sending the threats. The email the threats come from changes with every threat sent.
This is its own form of terror. This is its own form of torture. This is very much so already a great way to tear people up, mess them up, and make them immune to reactions. It's a way to torture people, basically, to upset your kids, to make them feel unsafe, or to just disrupt their day.
Despite the threats being fake, the school has continued to communicate with parents about each threat sent and updating them on the investigation process.
The school has done a great job of talking to them and making sure that they know they're safe. And if they're uncomfortable in any way, that there are resources there for them.
On top of the email system being hacked to send these threats, parents are also fearful that some of their children's sensitive information could be leaked as well, including healthcare records, phone numbers, addresses, and more. In Putnam, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
Jamel, thank you. In the meantime, New Canaan police say there is no credible threat after investigating TikTok posts targeting that town's high school. Officials say the posts included derogatory messages and urged students to stay home. Police say the posts originated out of state and that they are working with the FBI to identify who is responsible. Officers increased their presence at the school as a precaution, and anyone with information on what's happening is asked to contact police.